Welcome to this edition of Cruising the World with your hosts, Alan Smith and Yolanda Bunis.
When you think of Mark Twain, the Mississippi, the blues, what comes to mind?
Sounds like a lot of fun and adventure to me.
Exactly, and that's what we're in for this week. I'm Alan Smith.
And I'm Yolanda Bunis.
Welcome to Cruising the World.
This week takes us steamboating along the Intracoastal Waterway from here in Galveston, Texas to New Orleans, Louisiana on the Delta Queen Steamboat.
It's legendary and it's a piece of American history. First built in 1927, the Delta Queen Steamboat has seen her share of activity, from military service to service on the Mississippi. This ship has had presidents to princesses on board, and this week it's our pleasure to share this history with you.
I thought it might be interesting to go up and talk with Captain Monahan and see how he feels about being skipper of the world-famous Delta Queen Steamboat.
It's great. This is fun. It's probably about the best job I've ever had. I've been out here 41 years.
I've noticed a lot of repeat passengers on board. What do you think brings them back?
I'll tell you what brings them back. This is Americana. I mean, these people love this. I mean, it's part of America. They really think this is great.
By the way, I noticed a set of deer antlers on the front of the boat. Is there a story behind that?
Yes, we won 2 races this past summer. We ran the race over Louisville with the Belle of Louisville. I wasn't on here, but they beat them. And then we whipped the Mississippi Queen in the Great Steamboat Race from New Orleans to St. Louis.
I have one last favor to ask of you. Can you blow the whistle for me?
Sure can. You ready?
While talking to the captain, his wife Rita came by to share her thoughts with us.
Now I can come as often as I like because the kids are out of the house, so I'm free as a bird. So I've paid my dues and here I am.
Do you enjoy seeing past passengers more than once?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, I remember a lot of them. I do. They travel quite a bit and it's really nice. I love the food. I love the ambience of the boat, and then we're together. So it's really nice. I think the crew on here is actually like one big family. We all get to know each other, we all care about each other, and it's really fun, and we do things for each other, and that makes the job more enjoyable, and I think you'd agree.
Oh yeah, and like you know, the passengers.
Yes.
I mean, these passengers come back all the time, and they remember these people. I mean, they'll say, come visit me, you know,
and we're going
wherever.
to.
Yeah.
Meals were always a highlight of the day, with good food and entertainment, and sometimes passenger participation.
It was fun to go down to the main salon and check our daily progress along the waterway.
You know, I've always wondered what makes the paddle wheels on a steamboat turn. Let's go find out. Oh, hi, Dennis.
Hi, Alan.
Pleasure.
Good to see you.
It's an impressive engine room. What can you tell me about it?
It's a cross-compound, double-acting, reciprocating, horizontal steam engine. Authentic, built in 1925. Goes up there on the gauge. Original gauges, original equipment all around.
Well, I noticed those gauges. There's quite a bit of brass in here. Who has to do all the polishing?
We have a fella on each watch called an oiler who does the oil lubrication, takes gauge readings, and does all the painting and polishing.
Wow, this is interesting to your left right here. It says full, half, and slow. Can you explain?
Sure. This is called an engine order telegraph. This is how the pilot communicates to us down here what he wants the engine to do, what he wants the steamboat to be doing, whether it be going ahead, astern, fast, or slowly, or stop.
Right. And of course, what makes Delta Queen Steamboat here move apparently is these big pistons over here. Can we walk over and we'll get a little insight?
Sure, come on.
I found it fascinating to watch this machinery at work. These pistons can push the 285 feet of the Delta Queen at speeds of up to 10 miles per hour. It's amazing that technology dating from the 1800s still functions in the 1990s.
We've cruised with Holland America, the Wind Star, large cruise lines except for the Wind Star.
How do you like this cruise so far?
Very much. The scenery as we're passing through the small inner coastal area here is marvelous. We've seen a lot of birds, and the scenery is great. So I think the warmth of the passengers on this is very nice. You get to know everyone. Anytime when you're relaxing and on board a vessel, I think is great.
You know, Alan just told me to go fly a kite. I think I will. I hadn't flown a kite since I was a little kid. You know, it wasn't as easy as I remembered. These guys seem to have a little more relaxed style of flying a kite.
Well, we can lift it. This is our 6th cruise, but we were on the Mississippi Queen 3 times and the American Queen twice. Each one has its own little flavor. This is smaller and more cozy because of that. So we like them all. A couple of Januaries ago, we celebrated my mother's 90th birthday on the American Queen, and the whole family was on. It was great because you could have the little kids playing games on Grandma's front porch, and the older ones could be enjoying the more adult activities. And it was just a wonderful way for a family to get together for a reunion. It was just great.
One of our stops was the port of Iberia. Known as the sweetest, saltiest, and spiciest place on Earth, is home to not only Tabasco sauce, but the Conrico rice mill, the oldest rice mill in the country. The Conrico Company store reminded us of an 1800s mercantile. During our tour of the mill, we learned about different milling processes and types of rice produced. In addition to rice, they produce spicy Cajun sauces and seasonings.
This stop along our cruise takes us back in history to the mid-1700s, when southern Louisiana was full of plantations, mansions, and gracious living. The residents, then called the Acadians, eventually became known as Cajuns. New Iberia was named after Spain's Iberian Peninsula and is the only permanent Spanish settlement in Louisiana today. For me, early morning on the Delta Queen was a magical time. Before the hustle and bustle of the day, it was a great time to reflect and watch life on the river pass by.
to boaters. Those of you who are inside and haven't had a chance to look out, now's a good time to take a look on the starboard side of the boat, and you can get a close-up view of some of those coal barges. Notice the size. Of course, this is open and it's hauling coal. So if you're looking for a photo opportunity, now's an excellent time.
The Intracoastal Waterway remains a vital commercial shipping channel which links the Port of New Orleans to Cajun country. Quiet afternoons on board were passed enjoying a puzzle, relaxing in the lounge with a good book, or attending lectures on Cajun history and culture.
Life's too short to worry about tomorrow because nobody promised you tomorrow. You've got to live today. We're not here for a long time, so we have to make it a good time. We have always taught, and it's always been in our belief, that you can never forget your past. Because your past determines your future.
Yo thought it would be fun to go to the ship's store and do some shopping, while I thought it would be more fun to slip off to the lounge and visit with our bartender. Jack, how long have you been bartending?
A little over 7 years now.
Wow, how long have you been on the Delta Queen?
Going on 2.
Yeah. Wow, you like it?
Yep, yeah, it's pretty good.
You know what I notice is a lot of the people that I've talked to, they're all repeat passengers.
Well, we like to think of it as a family, and so once you're part of the family, just come back for a visit anytime.
Wow.
And so they do.
You know, I heard a rumor that you may be on your way to Hawaii.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah, I'm going. I'll be leaving on the 18th of December.
Wow.
To one of our sister ships over there.
How neat. You know, one thing is, during Prohibition, I understood on the Delta Queen that they didn't allow alcohol.
No, that was due to one of the famous captains we had, Mary Green. She was a total teetotaler, so
really?
She didn't allow anything on there.
Matter of fact, we've heard a rumor about
the ghost story.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. Many people have seen her, and she floats around and says hello once in a while.
Right, doesn't seem to really bother anything.
No, it's part of the nostalgia of the ship.
Have you had an opportunity to have a conversation?
Not personally, no. Try to stay away from that.
I think if I did, I'd be right up the back and over the paddle wheel.
Well, no, I don't think I'd do that, but I don't think she'd like my profession too much.
It didn't take me long to find Alan, and I knew I could lure him away with the promise of fresh baked gingerbread cookies.
When Yo said gingerbread cookies, she didn't tell me I had to decorate my own. After eating all those cookies, we needed our afternoon exercise. We even had this great steamed calliope for background music.
After a full day of activities, it was nice to go up on the forward deck and relax.
Boy, you know, Yo, from the moment we've stepped on board, you really start feeling removed from that hectic way of life.
You're right, Alan. It's as if time seems suspended as we're floating along the river here.
It sure does. Toast to that?
Here, here.
All right. Yo, look at that. In the early 1800s, steamboating contributed greatly to the progress and expansion of our country, taking people and cargo to areas that previously had been inaccessible. To this very day, the waterway and the locks are maintained by the Army Corps of Engineers, as mandated by Congress way back in 1919. These locks are a functional part of the waterway and are spectacular to pass through at dusk.
The captain's farewell dinner on board was a lot of fun, but a little sad at the same time. It was time to reminisce about the friendships we'd made and the fun that we'd had.
That's the way the toast goes. Get them up. This, I got ginger ale. Really, really. Here's to y'all. I want you to know my sentiments are honest and real. May your days be as bright and your hearts be as light as a spray from our old paddle wheel.
Being our final night, both passengers and crew let it all hang out. After dinner, we settled in for the evening's entertainment, a salute to radio of days gone by.
If only I could see her, oh how happy I would be. When the moon comes over the mountain.
We couldn't wait to check out our final port of call, New Orleans, Louisiana, and head down to famed Bourbon Street.
Knowing the reputation of Mardi Gras, it was a great pleasure to experience firsthand some of the hospitality and splendor of Bourbon Street and the French Quarter. We couldn't resist a final adventure, so we decided to take a trip with the Honey Island Swamp Tours.
We're going to go up into this little bayou dead ahead called Gum Bayou.
While many people think of swamps as being dark and dreary places, they were actually very beautiful and serene.
Marsh is a wetland that doesn't have trees. Basically, marshes they have grasses and rushes and stuff.
The Honey Island Swamp is nearly 400 square miles in size and is one of the wildest and most pristine swamps in America. This section of the swamp, known as the White Kitchen Nature Preserve, was the first area to be purchased by the Nature Conservancy in the state of Louisiana.
Even though the swamp is home to many forms of wildlife, from alligators to bald eagles, none seem to have enjoyed our visit more than this little raccoon.
Alan, I hate to see this cruise coming to an end. What did you like best?
Wow. I have to ask you, Yo, what did we not like best? I tell you, the people. You become like one big family on a cruise, regardless of age. I tell you, can't forget about food. When we first came on board, we were passengers, and now we're leaving, and I'm feeling like cargo.
I know, I don't think I'm going to eat for a week. I'd have to say I liked the music and the dancing best, especially with our waiter, Maurice. He was fun. Thank you for joining us this week on the Delta Queen.
It's been a lot of fun experiencing part of American history. We'll see you next time.
Right here on Cruising the World.
Join us on future episodes as Alan and Yolanda explore the last frontier in Alaska with Glacier Bay tours and cruises. Then it's off to see the sights in Singapore with Star Clippers Cruise Line, exploring the Far East, including some of the best in underwater diving. This has been a High Desert production.